Hi everyone, I'm Sucheta. Welcome to my channel, and today in this video we are going to fill my palette together. So let's talk a bit about the palette. It's a plastic palette from Milky. It has space for 18 colors, and also it has space for mixing these colors. It is enough for my needs and I use it quite a lot. During the initial days of my watercolor journey, I wondered how other artists' palette would look, what colors they use, what are their preferred brands. So I did a lot of research, but over the years I have used different colors and I developed likings to some colors. I tend to use them a lot in my palette. So today in this video I will show you my colors and where and how I use them. First color I'm choosing is Payne's Grey. This is from the brand White Nights. If I want to paint a winter landscape, I would pick Payne's Grey because this gives that moody feeling to the painting. And also I use Payne's Grey for a lot of detailing, for example painting a bird or a silhouette, etc. Next color is Indigo. This is also from the brand White Nights. It's one of my favorite colors. If I'm painting the sky, I use indigo. If I paint the oceans, I use indigo. Sometimes I also use indigo to tone down some other colors. Here I am using indigo to paint the starry night sky in one of my Skillshare classes. If you are interested in joining my Skillshare class, I'll leave the link in the description box below. Then I'm picking the French ultramarine. This is a nice warm blue from the Daniel Smith brand. This is actually quite thick. I need to put a lot of effort to squeeze this out. So this is ultramarine blue, which I use a lot while painting bright skies. Again, it's another blue color from Daniel Smith, that is phthalo blue. I use the phthalo blue while painting the sky, spacescapes, oceans, etc. Next is another dark blue, which is a Prussian blue. Again, this is from the brand Daniel Smith. I would be using this to paint the oceans, or sometimes I also paint a lot of galaxies and space scenes. So then I use Prussian blue. We are not done with the blue yet. Now we have the cerulean blue. This is my last blue color, I promise. This is from Winsor & Newton brand. I prefer to use cerulean blue mostly in skies. Sometimes mixing this with other colors gives a lot of possibilities. Now let's move on to the green shades. Starting with the sap green. It's a vibrant green color from Daniel Smith. This comes handy when I paint meadows, to paint the grass and like all the green area. It has a slight yellow color in it, so it gives that warm feeling to my meadows. Next is Hooker's Green, which is from Winsor & Newton. I use this to create darker atmosphere. Here I'm using the Hooker's Green along with the grey to paint the grass blades. One more green shade that I'm going to keep in my palette is Viridian. This is again from Winsor & Newton. This I use less as green color but more like a blue color. That means I always mix it with the either phthalo blue or Prussian blue to get this turquoise blue. Next I'll choose some earth shades like umber, sienna and ochre. I like this burnt umber from Winsor & Newton. It's quite saturated pigment. Even though this is a student grade color, I think it is still very good. And I use this to paint rocks, sand, mountains, etc. I'm picking the burnt sienna as my next color. This is also from Winsor & Newton. Again, I use it mainly to add elements like rock, mountains, stones, bark of the tree, etc. Also, as it has slight orange tone in it, I use it to suggest the sunlit areas in my painting. One more color I use a lot is yellow ochre. This is also from Winsor & Newton. To paint those soft pastel skies in a winter landscape, I usually pick this because there you can't use warm colors like warm yellows or warm oranges. Okay, as we brought in the yellow ochre, let's continue with the yellow shades. Next I'm taking the Hansa Yellow Light. It's a cool yellow color from Daniel Smith. I use this color when I want to show the soft glow around the light source, maybe in the sky or around the light bulb, etc. Also, I use it to mix with blue to have different green colors. Then we have a warm yellow, that's New Gamboge from Daniel Smith. To paint the warm skies, flowery meadows, or to mix variety of greens, I use New Gamboge. One more similar shade I have is Indian Gold from White Nights. Even though we can get a similar shade by mixing bit of a red to New Gamboge, I still like to keep this color. I think I like this color, so let's have this. Basically, I use this Indian Gold in a very similar way as New Gamboge. We need to get some red shades into the palette now. As a cool red, I'm picking Quinacridone Red from Daniel Smith. Maybe I haven't mentioned, I like to paint skies and clouds a lot, so pink is used very often in my paintings. It creates a nice purple shade when mixed with the blue. I think it's perfect for the sky. Next, we need a warm red. In my case, I'm choosing Pyrrole Scarlet from Daniel Smith. I use this warm red, for example, to paint wildflowers in urban landscapes and also to paint colorful sunsets. The last color I'm choosing is Permanent Red from the brand Mijello Mission. It's much brighter red than Pyrrole Scarlet. Pyrrole Scarlet feels more like an orangish red. It has this orange undertone, but this one, Permanent Red, is more vibrant. I use both the reds in very similar way, but depends on what I'm looking for in my red. Now our palette is ready. So if you are trying to set up your own palette, this could be a reference for you. Hope you like this video. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. You are most welcome to share your color preferences too. I would love to hear from you. Consider subscribing to my channel for more art videos like this. See you!